I recognized him immediately and my heart just sank because I couldn't believe that like I was face to face with this guy.
What's up, everybody? Opinionated Idiot here, and you know that I was not going to let this one slide. What I have for you today is some more in-depth video of Bryan Kohberger's Tinder date. We just recently saw her on Inside Edition, where she did a small spot with them, talking about they went on a Tinder date back in 2015 when they both were psych majors. She's a nurse now, but goes on to explain in her TikTok videos in more detail about how creepy the date actually was. So let's play through some of those videos and check them out.
Hey, it's me, the girl that went on a Tinder date with Bryan. A lot of people have been trying to dox me, specifically on
Which is not cool. Shouldn't be doxing anybody.
Reddit, but I never thought the comments that I made on Hobot News would make it to TikTok or Reddit or literally anything.
Everybody out there in the internet is going to find everything now.
But here we are. So I thought I would make this because a lot of people are just saying things that are not true at all. My interactions with Bryan were very brief. I don't know much about him. My total interactions with him were like 24 hours. We matched on Tinder. We talked for a couple hours, and then he was like, hey, you want to go to the movies with me tonight? And I was like, sure.
Sounds like a pretty typical Tinder date.
So we went to the movies. Honestly, I don't even remember what movie we saw. We ended up going back to...
You can tell how much she really cared about the date at that point.
My dorm, and he kind of invited himself inside. I thought he was just gonna...
It's a little weird just to kind of invite yourself in. It's kind of, I guess, a lack of maybe self-awareness on a date. Let's play on.
Drop me off, but that was not the case. He kind of invited himself inside, and I was just like, okay, I went along with it. So he wanted to watch another movie on Netflix, and I said, sure. He kept trying to touch me.
It's a little creepy.
Not like inappropriately, just like trying to tickle me and like rub my shoulders and stuff. And
maybe seemed like he was trying to get something going with this girl, you know, kind of joking around, something like that, but still a little bit, inappropriate at that point.
Was like, why are you touching me, or what are you doing? And he would just like get super serious, and he's like, I'm not. And I'm like, you are though. And he's like, I'm not touching you. Kind of like trying to gaslight me into thinking that he didn't touch me, which was weird. But then I was like, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom quick. And he was like, okay. And then he
clearly is trying to get away from this guy at this point.
Followed me to the bathroom, which I thought was kind of weird. So like in the dorm, there was like a shared bathroom. He didn't go in with me, but like he stood outside the door and like...
Okay, creepy.
I don't know. I just thought that was weird. And I was like, I need to get this dude to leave. Like, just not...
She's clearly feeling uncomfortable at this point.
Into it. So I proceeded to pretend to throw up. To get...
That's a good way of trying to get someone away from you. Smart thinking.
Him to leave. It wasn't because I was scared of him or like thought he would hurt me if I asked him to leave. It was just mostly because I'm socially awkward, didn't know how to ask him to leave. So that's what I did.
That's the thing I have to say though, is I think women nowadays are just really afraid. I think just even anybody in general, and this is where I encourage people. If you're not feeling comfortable in a situation, you need to try to get past that nervousness and speak up for yourself. If you're having a hard time and saying, let's just say that you're in a particular situation like this, call a friend and have someone on the phone when you ask that person to leave. Don't be afraid. You really have to build up that courage inside of you and just push through and just ask this person to leave. And if they're not going to do that, then you call the police. So, you know, I'm just really encouraging people, anybody in general, any woman in general that is feeling uncomfortable in any type of situation, you know, pick up the phone, call a friend when you ask this person to leave, or call the police, call 911, you know, and get that person out and away from you.
He ended up messaging me on Tinder that he was gonna go, and I was like, awesome, my plan worked. And then about an hour.
Thankfully, she didn't give her her direct contact information. Looks like she only had the Tinder chat with him, so he didn't have her phone number or anything, which was smart on her part.
Later, he texted me and said I had good birthing hips, so I never.
Ooh, yikes. That is weird. So now, of course, posting that TikTok video has brought up a lot of controversy and questions, and it looks like she's been replying back to some of those questions and controversy. Let's check out that video.
People in the comments are crazy. So
it is the internet. People are crazy.
A lot of people are upset that I don't remember what movie I saw with Bryan. I challenge you to remember a movie that you saw on a random night 7 years ago.
It's fair enough.
So,
I mean, obviously, if there's not a sticking point to that date, it may be very hard to remember something here. You know, a special event, you go out, you don't have a connection with someone, you don't have a memory to tie it to that specific person.
What I can remember is that when he mentioned going to the movie, that he already had a movie in mind. I remember it was some kind of action movie, and I can tell you that I did not care to see it, but I went anyway.
Yeah, and real quick, I'm just reading some of the comments here to the side. It says, my husband and I went on a movie on our first date. Neither of us remember what movie. Simmer down, folks. And then some other comment down below that says, I can't remember a movie I watched last week, let alone 7 years ago. And movies are really bad first dates. I don't really suggest a movie being a first date.
And that was that. I want to say it had Bruce Willis in it, but don't quote me on that. A lot of people are also overlooking the fact that this was 7 years ago. Yes, I am currently married. I started dating my now husband in August of 2015. My now husband and I broke up from November of 2015 and March of 2016. And in between that time, I went on a couple Tinder dates, and one of them was with Bryan. I'm not a swinger. And
it's tough. I mean, even remember anything that I did, you know, like I'm going back to this comment, just thinking about this. It is so tough to even remember, you know, what you do just a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago. It's like, because everything at us now comes at us so fast. So it is tough to remember certain things that go on in your life.
And I am not a polygamist. No hate to those that are.
Crazy that she has to answer for this stuff, but pretty hilarious. It's hilarious what the interwebs will come up with.
But just to clear that up. Also, a lot of people are shaming me for allowing him inside. I didn't really allow him inside. When he parked his car, I kind of just assumed that he wanted to sit and talk, because you can't really talk to someone during a movie date.
Again, movie dates, bad first date. Don't do a movie date. Go out, grab a drink, have some coffee, face to face, see how it goes. That's good first date.
So we did sit and talk in his car for a while. And then when I mentioned going inside, he was like, oh, I'll go with you. And I was just like, okay. Like, he just seemed really excited about it. I don't know. I was 19 and stupid. I did a lot of stupid things with men from Tinder. And no, I did not sleep with him. Yeah, that's that.
Now, in this response, it seems like people are very curious to what Tinder pictures that she had up on her profile 7 years ago. So let's look at this video here.
Oh, I don't remember exactly what pictures I had on Tinder, and I
tried getting access to my Tinder account, and
She went back to a Tinder account that she had opened 7 years ago. Wow.
I couldn't figure out what my login is, and I probably just deleted the account. But these are some pictures of what I looked like then. This is a selfie I took. I probably use this one. Here is another selfie I took. I miss that jacket forever. This is a picture of me that I posted on every social media for whatever reason, because I thought I was so cute. But this is me
It's a McDonald's advertisement.
in my McDonald's uniform
Yeah.
from when I was at Penn State. This is exactly what I would have looked like when I went on the date with him, because this picture was taken only a couple days after. This is also me. This is one of my senior pictures. Thought I was hot shit, so definitely posted this everywhere. And another one of my senior pictures that I definitely posted everywhere.
And of course, now it is the interwebs. So it looks like they, they're attacking her and she's clapping back. So let's check out some of the responses that she has here.
This is a really weird take, especially coming from another woman. Just because you go on a date with someone from Tinder doesn't mean that you hook up.
You know what? She's completely right. I think she's completely right in that sense.
I've been on plenty of Tinder dates where I didn't hook up with anyone. So
I'm kind of hitting her up on her age now. Let's check that out.
what did me dirty is years of undiagnosed chronic illness. And
yeah, it's crazy, man. That's like the way the internet works, is they will just dig at you and fight at you and bite at you and try to get you, beat you down. You don't know. You really don't know what goes on in someone's life.
My weight yo-yoing between having PCOS and having gastroparesis. Next time, I encourage you, if being mean is something that you need to do, that you find someone that isn't already meaner to themselves.
You should get a reply. It's saying, what is the point of even bringing this to the public's attention if your interactions were so short? Let's check that out.
The point of me bringing this to the public's attention is the fact that there were untrue rumors going around about me. Just because I posted one Facebook comment about how I went on a date with him, people were saying I was his ex-girlfriend and that I knew more than I was saying. And the other point is to just be aware of who you're meeting up with.
Yeah, and she's got a good point here. Like I said, if you feel uncomfortable, you're on a date, you're in a situation, man or woman, and someone makes you feel uncomfortable, they will not leave. Call a friend, call the police, call someone to get that person out of your home.
And maybe save another 19-year-old girl from being stupid. I was lucky that he didn't hurt me, and I was lucky that no one else I went on a Tinder date with hurt me. But things could have ended very differently.
So there you have it. The girl that went on the date with Bryan Kohberger. Do you believe her? If you do, leave the comments down below. I want to hear what you guys think. Is it believable? Is it all BS? Drop those comments, likes, subscribe on the channel. This first time over here on the channel, I really would appreciate it. And like I said, with dating and dating apps, you have to be careful, man or woman, because you never know. You never know who you're actually going on that date with. So make sure that you're vetting that person, get a feel, a vibe for them, meet them in an area where there's going to be the public, and you feel safe enough to do so. So again, thanks for checking this out, and I will keep you guys informed. And like I always say, opinions are like assholes and everybody's got one. See you guys in the next one. Peace.